Sonia, I can't go without you.
Nicky.
Sonia. Sonia.
Lieutenant. You forget yourself. You may go.
How's a guy going to get out of a door like that by himself?
Shut it, Eddie. That isn't at all funny. Barrett, come on, what's this thing?
Yes, sir, I'll attend to it.
I know, but you're holding us up.
I know, but it was the property
We're way behind time now.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Mr. Royal,
Yes, what is it, Dolly?
can't you take that spot off me?
You gotta have that spot, Dolly.
My other cameraman never had to use so much light.
What an inspiration she must be to you.
I tell you, May, she's impossible.
Well, Mal, where are you going to pick it up from?
We'll pick it up from where the door jammed.
Okay.
All right, folks. Places?
Oh, Mr. Royal,
Huh?
it's after 12 o'clock.
All right, we shoot the scene after lunch.
All right, everybody, lunch.
Dolly, this is the third time I'm asking you to have dinner with me at the Russian Bear.
And I'm telling you for the third and last time, Semenoff, that I'm not interested in actors.
Well, looks like Semenoff is still trying.
Stephen, you're not kidding anybody. Divorce or no divorce, you're still in love with Dolly.
Stephen certainly got a raw deal from that dame.
Well, what about me?
Everybody that's working on set 3, up on the stage.
All right, boys, turn them over.
Quiet.
Roll. Cut! Not so hot. If I wasn't so far behind, I'd shoot it again. Not realistic enough. Come on, Barrett, Eddie, get in here, will you? Come on, Dolly, we've got to hurry. Now, the next scene is... Come on, Dolly, quit your clowning. We've got to get out of... Phil! Ed! Aggie!
What's the matter?
Call the police. 24th Precinct, Homicide Bureau. Inspector Carr.
Yeah? Carr, Homicide Bureau. Yeah? Windsor Studios, eh?
Medical examiner speaking. Dolly Demarest. Windsor Studios. Be right over.
Well, but you were present when it happened. Didn't you recognize the man?
Well, you see, it was supposed to be a moonlight scene, and we couldn't see very well.
All right. You were going to tell me what happened. Show me.
Well, the man stood about here, see, and then he brought the knife down like this. You see, Inspector, just as the knife was supposed to strike Miss Demarest, she screamed, and the murderer went through that door. You see, we didn't think anything of it because that's the way we rehearsed it.
There was nothing unusual about the scene, excepting that the sound man heard another door close somewhere on the stage.
Did you notice anything else unusual up there?
No, sir, I didn't.
If you don't mind, I should like to go up to the sound room.
Certainly.
Right this way.
You say this man Stevens, who played the part of the murderer,
Is the only member of your cast missing?
Not a trace of him. We've searched everywhere.
Well, don't worry. We've got an alarm out for that guy. I'll talk to the other members of the cast. Now, in the first place, get this straight. Nobody leaves here until this is all cleared up.
Inspector.
You can see about everything from here.
Officer.
Yes, sir.
Keep your eye on these people until we come back.
All right, sir. Sit down now, folks. Make it up.
Say, if I wanted to talk, I could give these cops an earful.
Listen, Harry. Don't start shooting your mouth off.
Who is that young man talking to the little blonde down there?
He's a gossip reporter. Knows everybody's business but his own.
Oh, Inspector. Did you see anything, Doc?
No, but I heard something.
Yeah?
You see that young man over there with the glasses? Well, Mr. Pearson. Inspector, I think we ought to question this young man.
Well, I was sitting right there when the murder took place. Everybody saw me.
Yes, but I heard you a moment ago say that you could tell us plenty if you wanted to.
Come on, let's have it. Just what is it you know?
Well,
You're forgetting the microphone.
Oh. Well, in that case, just take a look at my column in yesterday's issue. Right there.
Let's have a talk with this Norton woman.
That's the little blonde right in back of me.
Miss Norton, were you here at the time of the murder?
I wasn't. I came from my dressing room just as the scene started, and I stopped right over there in back of that set.
Will you please show us?
Why, of course. Here's where I stood all the time.
Did anyone here see Miss Norton at the time the crime was committed?
I don't remember seeing her.
Mr. Montague?
No, I didn't either.
I tell you, I just came from my dressing room.
Where are these dressing rooms?
Right in back of this stage.
And by the way, Mr. Royal, when can we examine the film of the murder scene?
I've ordered it developed. It'll be ready any minute now.
Thanks. Flynn and Davis, keep these people here until we get back. Come on, Doc, we'll take a look at those dressing rooms.
Right this way. Carefully, don't trip over these cables.
Hello, what's this?
All right, here we go.
Why, it's the coat worn by the murderer in the scene.
What? You must have had some reason for dropping it.
But that's beside the point, Inspector. That medal is supposed to be worn by Boris Semenoff. And here it is on the coat of the man who played the part of the murderer.
Send that Semenoff in here.
You believe?
I believe nobody. But it looks as if we're beginning to get somewhere, Doc.
I don't know. They just told me to go and get you. That's
Why
all.
should they want to see me? I haven't done anything.
Come on, will you? Don't
Very
waste
well,
time.
I will go.
Oh, Mr. Semenoff, is this medal part of your costume?
Why, yes, it is.
Were you on the stage during the murder?
No, sir. I was in my dressing room putting a few touches on my makeup.
Well, can you account for your medal being on this cloak?
No, sir. I told you I was in my dressing room.
Inspector, we seem to have a lot of work to do in those dressing rooms.
Right through that door, gentlemen.
Blood? Let's see where it leads us.
This is Semenoff's room.
Don't touch that knob. It's locked.
I'll get somebody to open it.
Barry, by the way, do you know of any trouble between Mr. Semenoff and Miss Demarest?
Why,
I wouldn't say trouble. I think he was kind of interested in it. I mean...
There were no of them having any arguments?
No, none that I know of.
Inspector. Look at these. That is very likely the glove that transferred the blood to the door handle.
We'll have it analyzed.
Here's the key, Mr. Royal.
All right, open that door, Bart.
Yeah.
What's the matter with it?
Inspector. There's a most peculiar odor around here.
You get it?
Chloroform. I thought so.
In here. Uh-huh. It's in here, all right.
Well, we've looked all over for him.
One moment.
Well, I'll be... Gee, Stevens.
Here, bring him out. Here. Bring him out here, boy. Here, over here.
Get him out. They got to reach it out, boys. That's it. I'll have him on the couch.
Just a minor abrasion.
Come on, Mr. Stevens. Pull yourself together. Tell us what happened. What do you know about the murder of Dolly Demarest?
Dolly Demarest? Murdered?
Yes.
Oh, no.
Can you tell us anything about it?
I was sitting here, fixing my makeup. And suddenly I felt a pain, a sharp pain, and that's all I remember.
Well, we'll have the medical examiner fix that for you. When you get him patched up, Doctor, bring him out to the stage. What's your verdict, Doc?
Seminole?
It's a cinch. Why, he admitted he was in his dressing room during the murder scene. He's a big, husky guy. He could have come in here, tackled Stevens, chloroformed him, put him in a closet, and gone back to the stage.
Then you think it was Semenoff wearing Stevens' cloak?
You've hit it on the head, Doc. Let's go.
Oh, gentlemen, the film is ready to look at.
The projection room is right this way.
Just a minute. Before we go to the projection room, I'd like to have Mr. Semenoff try these gloves on. Put those on, Mr. Semenoff.
Well, Inspector, that sort of takes the edge off one theory.
I'm afraid so. Well, let's go to the projection room.
Right this way. All right, put them on.
How soon can I get an enlargement of the picture in which the cloaked figure's arm is raised over the body?
I'll rush it right through for you.
All right, let's go. Hold it higher.
That will do, Mr. Seminoff.
I tell you, Doc, this isn't getting us anywhere. You've had every man in this cast put on that coat and stand in that position.
I admit it doesn't measure up to expectations.
If you ask me, your ideas are a little too scientific. Now, let me show you what a few old-fashioned footprint clues may do. Mr. Royal, let me see the sole of your shoe.
All right.
Are you, Mr. Stevens? Mr. Semenoff? You three gentlemen come with me to the dressing rooms again. This way, gentlemen. Holy mackerel. This is beginning to dovetail beautifully.
Inspector, here's where that glass came from.
Why, it looks like the same glass, doesn't it?
Here.
What's going on here?
This big sniff here is trying to jump on this little guy. Why, Take it easy, Semenoff. What's the trouble here?
You got any objections if I go to the room and lie down a moment?
No. Don't get tough.
My head. Hand me that bottle of aspirin there, will you? Thank you.
Just a minute. What is that?
Seems like cyanide of potassium.
I thought so. Mr. Stevens, you're under arrest for the murder of Dolly Demarest.
You can't prove anything.
Well, your alibi was almost perfect, but we punched it full of holes.
What alibi do you mean?
You directed suspicion towards Semenoff by placing one of his medals on the discarded coat.
Oh, that's silly.
Oh, yes? Well, get this. Certain particles of glass embedded in the soles of the murderer's shoes made scratches in the floor of that set. No glass was found on the soles of Semenoff's shoes, but glass was found on the soles of your shoes.
Well, that doesn't prove anything. Anybody could have stepped into that glass.
I grant you that, Mr. Stevens. But could anyone step into these gloves? Put them on.
He's probably on this stage. There's a man up on the catwalk.
Get us a light right away. Come on, Flynn. Come on, this way.
Hey, Phil, go on that side. Put that light on. I don't see him. Come on, put it on, you hear me? There he is.
Come on, or I'll shoot.
There he goes. He's going up overhead.
There he is on the catwalk. Look out, Doc. Come down here. Come down here. Well, Doc, that's the end of another bad actor.
Yeah, and it's the best performance he ever gave.